Hi. Today, boys and girls, good students learn about how water travels by exploring the different steps of the water cycle. Boys and girls, we have been learning many things about water and its properties in this unit. Now we are going to look even further and learn about the different steps of the water cycle. Here are some key vocabulary words to keep in mind: evaporation, precipitation, rain, water vapor, infiltration, and freezing. How does water move around to different places? There is a certain amount of water that just moves around the world in different shapes. It's like modeling clay. If I had a piece of modeling clay and I rolled it up into a ball in my hand and then I flattened it like a pancake, it's still that same piece of clay. Water is like that too. We can change the way it looks or where it's found, but it's still the same water. Since there is no place where water begins, let's try to at least show how it moves between these places. We could call them stations, just like our learning stations in our classroom. Let's work together to organize the stations that we have on the board. Where might we begin? With the clouds. How does the water leave the clouds? Where does this rain go? Watch me as I go through each of the stations to explore the different steps in the water cycle. Now that we learned about each step of the water cycle, it's your turn. We're going to look at a diagram on the smart board of the water cycle. Listen as I read each step of the water cycle. I want you to turn and talk to your partner and tell them which vocabulary word goes with the step of the water cycle. Great job, boys and girls. Now turn back and raise your hand and let the class know what the steps are of the water cycle. Now, when you go back to your seats, I want you to make a KWL chart in your notebook, describing what you know, what you want to know, and what you learned in this lesson today. Remember, boys and girls, that good students learn how water travels by exploring the different steps of the water cycle.